Hello, everybody. Well, I wanted to jump back on here today to show you guys my last version of the Unfazed for this year. So I did get a lot of requests for an undated planner and for a ringed planner. So I figured that I would put these together and introduce the Unfazed Ring Edit undated version. So this planner is very similar to the previous Unfazed. The difference being that it is undated. It has rings to it, and it has the customizable covers that you can change out, the planner books, so that you can make it look different anytime that you want to make it look different. So I don't want this video to drag on, so I'm going to get right into it. We're going to just do an overview of the planner. You'll see a lot of similarities to the Unfazed portrait and landscape versions. And then I'm hoping to show you how to go about setting a page up, how I use the layers in Noteful to do this. So let's get started. So if you tap on the Unfazed text, it'll take you right into the index page. And this one looks very familiar to the previous planner. You will have your paper templates. Let me just put on a pen. You'll have your paper templates right here. You have blank, line, bullet, graph, craft, dark, and chalk. You will have your divider index where you can label out what you're putting in your sections. And you will also have your planning templates. And these will include 2 versions of dailies, one with the morning, afternoon, and evening, and then ones with the time blocks. There's 3 different weeklies, and then just a bunch of other templates that will get you started on those tasks or things that you want to track. And we will go through those templates. So let me go ahead and swipe over. This is the blank page. You get a lined page, bullet page, graph, craft, dark mode, chalkboard. Okay, and then we get into the templates. So you have your daily, another version of the daily, another daily. Here's the second version of V2 daily. Week 1, 2, 3. Then you have your chore schedule. And as you can see, these are not dated. So there is no Sunday or Monday start. You would just have to go in. And if you want to start on a Monday, then you will go ahead and then just put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and so on. You have your meal plan, your exercise tracker, your travel plan, your expense tracker, your brain dump, task progress, wish list, bucket list, 30-day challenge, year in pixels, currently, your book tracker, movie tracker, series tracker, your favorite fonts, your daily journaling, your daily journaling that's split in morning and evening, and your anxiety tracker. And then you move into your yearly overviews. Again, because this is not dated, there's no numbers on there, but each one of these areas is hyperlinked to a page in your planner. So what I did, if you tap on these, it will take you to a page. What I did to make this a little easier, because I love an undated because you can continue to use it. You don't have to like refresh your planner every year if you don't want to. But sometimes you jump into these types of planners and you feel a little lost because you don't know what page you're on. And you have to date it before you get comfortable with it. So I have included in the download that you will receive, all of the templates will come in overlays. Similar to how I did for the dated version of this planner, okay? So if you go into your mini calendars folder, there is Sunday start for 2026 and Monday start for 2026. So you'll pick the start that you want to use, and then I've also included them in black and white depending on the background that you're using for your planner. So I'm going to go ahead and do black, and if you grab and drag it in, you can position these if you line them up to those little borders. Let me zoom in. You just line that up. And then your January will be dated. And then if you tap on that, you can go to the correct page for that month. Okay, so that'll kind of simplify that process for you. You can drag all of those mini calendars in and you can quickly date your yearly overview. Okay, and then up here, if you tap on this space, you can just put into 2027, and then it'll take you to 2027, and you can do your yearly overview on there as well. I did not include those mini calendars, and these are not linked. Okay. And then if you swipe over, we can go ahead and start into the planner. Along the right-hand side, you will have all of your links to your index, your year, and then January through December. Okay, that's how you will get to that. So let me just jump to February because I already have that one done. So this is what your monthly overview will look like, okay? Again, undated. So you would have to go in and put your headers across the top. If you wanted to make it a Sunday start to Saturday or a Monday start to Sunday, you would do that across the top. You can cover this page. You can do as you like with it. But this is how you will access your daily pages and your weekly pages. So this one will link to your daily page. And then these little circles over on the left-hand side will take you to your weekly pages. Across the top here, you have your quick links, and every month has its own customizable tracking pages or quick linked pages for you to make them whatever you want. So those will be these 2 blank circles here. So let's just go through those. So here's your custom 1 page, custom 2 page, your overview, and as you can see down here as well, there's one of those little spots where you can put the mini calendar on there, and then those will all be linked as well. Those will all be linked as well to those pages. Okay, so no matter when you start them, as long as you date them, that's where it's going to take you. And then you have your vision board, your February goals, your finance page, your tracking page. And I left the tracking page blank this time around because if you already have the unfazed landscape or portrait orientation, you can use those trackers that are on there in here that I included with the overlays. You can just drag them in, or you can just make your own tracking page here, however you want to do that. And then you have your reflection page. Okay, I'm going to go back to February. And it will continue the same way throughout the entire planner. So the layout of the planner is all of your months will be back to back. So that way you can just swipe over and get a quick look of what was going on last month, or if you have to plug in something somewhere else. And all of the pages will be like that as well. As far as your monthly overviews, your finance, your goals, they will be lined up back to back so that you can easily just swipe over and get to those pages too. Okay. Let's go to a daily page. On your dailies, you will have the built-in journaling functionality, as I have done with my other planners as well. So every single daily is linked to its own blank journaling page. And the way that you would access that is to tap on the top right-hand corner of the planner book, and that will take you to the designated journaling page. So it will be right here. You will tap, and now this page is linked to that daily page. And then in order to get back, you will tap on that corner again, and now you're back to your planning page. So you don't have to use this as a journal if that's not what you want. You can use that as your secondary planning page. You can do whatever you want with that page, but it is an extra page tied into every daily page that you can utilize as well. So then you will notice that on every single page, you will have those quick links. And in order for you to navigate to another daily, because it's undated, I did not link each of the, daily dates onto each page. In order to get that, it'll just be as simple as going to your main calendar and then choosing the day here. So let's say I wanted to go to this day. Now I'm on that daily. I can go to my journaling page. I can back up and go there and then, access all of my quick links from here and then go back to my main page. So my monthly overview is going to be my main way of getting around to my dailies and my weeklies in this planner. Okay. Along the top, you'll see 1 through 12, and those are going to be your section links. So I'm going to go ahead and tap on number 1. And like the other planners, you will have the main landing page for each divider that you will be able to link to right here what's in those dividers, okay? And then if you tap on it, it will take you to that page. If you swipe over, you'll go to the second divider page in that index, and then you can also tap on these circles up here, and then you can navigate within the pages there. So there's always a way to get around in the planner to where you need to go. Whenever you want to close the planner, you just tap on this little DP Collective down at the bottom and it will close your planner. Okay, tap on the text and it'll take you to your index page. So it's very simple. It's very simple to navigate. It is very minimalistic. This one is really good for the folks who like to decorate their pages, still being minimalistic, but you can make, it has a lot of potential. You can do so much with this, okay? So let me show you some of the things that will come with this version of the Unfazed. Let me jump over to February. So we have our main page here. You are going to get a noteful sticker file with the purchase of this planner. And in that noteful sticker file, let me scroll over here, you're going to see a couple of things in there, okay? You're going to get, I included these because I think that this will be, again, trying to make it easier for you to go ahead and get your planner started without that feeling of being lost. I included this noteful file, which contains date dots for you to quickly date this planner. I don't know if you recall that I had shared like a quick way that I do the whole planner and it doesn't take much time. So let me just kind of run that by you again while I'm here. So with these date dots, what you're going to do is you're going to figure out what the first day of the month is. So February, my planner is going to be a Monday start. So I'm going to go ahead and line up February to this one here, okay? The number 1, where it's going to go. It's going to go against this little corner here, okay? And now these date dots are grouped, so you will ungroup it. Let's ungroup that. And I'm going to ungroup that. Oh, might have to do it 3 times because I grouped the numbers together. I grouped the color together, the color circles, and then I grouped the whole thing together. Okay. So now this looks a hot mess. But what you're going to do is you're just going to slide all the numbers over to fit in those circles. Because this is a ring planner, there's that gap in the middle. It's going to throw things off. So what I'll do is I will just lasso all of these little areas and I'm going to slide the 2 over to fit into that. Okay. And now the rest of it, let me see something real quick. The rest of it that's over here that you can't see, just grab it. Bring it over and then fit. You see how there's the 4 was the last one up top. So I'm going to just bring this up so that the 5 is there. Okay. And then there you go. It's dated. Okay. So what you would do is just, if you don't want these, you can go ahead and delete that. And now your planner is dated. You know what page is going to go to what. Okay. And then you can go ahead and then group all this together. So it moves as one. And with the new update to Noteful, I love it because now you can just select text or you can just select shapes individually. So say I just want to change the color of the dots. I'm going to go ahead and shut off shapes. Well, no, I actually want to do shapes and not the text. So now if I highlight that and select style, I can just change. Oh, why did it do that? Hold on, I did something wrong here. The shapes. Let me. And if I select text, make that white. Let me figure this out. I wonder if it's because I have everything grouped. Let me go ahead and try that without grouping it. All right, so now I have my text boxes selected. I'm going to highlight that, go to style, and let me go to green. Okay, so that worked. So don't group it all together before you do that because that's what happened. So now I'm going to shut off text and turn on shapes, highlight it, and now I should be able to just do the date dots. Yes. And then let me turn that off, go back to my text boxes, and now let me make that black. There you go. So you're able to just select text and shapes and then change the colors independently of each other. So that's pretty good for the date dots. And I thought that would be kind of cool. You can customize the planner further and it just makes it easy. We can all do that, pull out the shapes and do it ourselves. But just having it there and you can go ahead and do that, that will make it that much easier. So again, you would do the same thing for February. March. So I would grab that. I would put it in. March starts on... Let me look it up real quick. March is going to be... It's the same thing. Okay, so let's just say March is the 2nd, or on a Tuesday and a Monday right here. Jesus, Evelyn, get it together. So the same thing, I'm going to line it up to that first one. I'm going to go ahead and ungroup it, and ungroup it one more time. Sorry, you guys, I get carried away on grouping things. I'm just going to grab these. Oh, see what I did? I kind of forgot to turn on my shapes so that I can grab it all. So I'm just going to slide that over. And I am going to grab this invisible stuff that's over here and bring it over. And then go from 4 to 5 there. Like so. And then I can just delete the extra ones that I do not need. Okay, and just to bring your attention, if you've used an Undated planner before, you know that these down here are also going to be linked, so you'll have extra pages every month that are just there. And I have to put in extra pages that way every year, regardless of where the week starts. You can always use this planner, but if you're not using those pages this year for your daily pages, you can use those for something else. Maybe you can, I don't know, store pictures in there, different trackers that you want to put in there. So just so that you know that those pages are useful and they're linked right here. So that's just extra too. Okay. So just wanted to show you guys a quick way to go ahead and date this planner. I mean, literally you can have this whole thing dated in like 5 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into a page here and just show you some of the elements that come in this sticker book as well, in this sticker file. So you will get different color covers or planner books for you to be able to customize the planner. You will get a black one. You will get this red one, a blue one, pink, brown, green, this navy blue, and a white version as well. Okay. You will also get a couple of different versions of the rings. So there's going to be the gold one, the black one, the silver one, and a rose gold one. Okay. And then I've also included, because I know in the Unfazed landscape and portrait regular dated planner, I did not pull the paper templates out. And I think that would be a lot easier for us to use them. Me personally, I'm not a fan of copying a page and inserting it somewhere else in the planner. I like to just overlay things. I'm a decorative planner, so it just makes it easier for me. So for this version, I've also included those. So, just for ease for you to be able to use them. So you'll have a blank page. You will have the lined page, the bullet page, the graph page, your craft paper, your dark mode, and your chalkboard as well. Okay, and they're already sized to fit into the planner. You may have to just reposition them a little bit, but it's all ready to go for you. Okay. Similar to the other planners that I have done, I decided to do the color changing tabs on here. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how those work. Those will also be already put together for you in the sticker file. Okay. So let me pull out, let me go to my layer stack here, because I got quite a stack going, but I know that you guys like to see how we do these. So let me lock and open some things up here. Okay, so this is the way that I am setting it up for this planner. I did this with the Unbothered as well. It just works for me. I like to know every layer that things go, so that when I'm planning and I'm decorating, it just makes it a lot easier for me. So I do my background. I have a layer behind the book. Then I have the book. I have the tabs, paper, templates, dates, stickers, text, and rings. That's how I like to set my layers up, so that everything just is easier for me to work with things in the planner. Okay, so let me go to my paper layer, and I am gonna go ahead and put, let's put this chalkboard one. So as you can see, it's pretty much gonna fall in place for you. You don't really have to do much. You may have to move it a little bit, but they should be sized. And then I'm going to go over to my tabs layer. And the way that I have it set up, it's going to fall behind this paper. I like that look. So I'm going to come over here to my sticker file. And I'm going to go ahead and pop in this tab here. And again, they do not have any text on them, and I did that so that you're able to customize how you want the fonts to appear. You may even want to change out how it looks on there. Maybe you don't want 1 through 12. You want to date that differently. You want to name that differently. You have the option to do that. So I am going to go ahead, and these will already be sized to fit on there. You just kind of position them in place. Okay, I did include dates for you to get you started with the spacing. If you want to use that, it's also going to be in that sticker file. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and grab the other side and just kind of lay it over, match it to what's underneath, and then do those dates as well, and just put it on there. Okay, so that's the way the tabs are going to be. Now when you use the tabs, There's a font file that comes in your download. You want to install that font file first onto your device. If you do not install that font file first and then you go ahead and import those stickers into Noteful, all that you will see in there is going to be the letter U and the letter R, okay? Because those are the characters that are in that font that will produce the color changing aspect of these tabs. So you want to go ahead and install that font first. I use iFont to do that. And let me go ahead and show you while I'm here. Okay, I use iFont to do that. It's a free app in the App Store. So all you're going to do is you're going to hit this plus sign here and then navigate to where that file is saved on your device. You're going to select it. I'm not going to do it because I've already done it on this device, but you will select that file, the Unfazed ringtabs.ttf file that will be in the download folder. And then you're going to follow the prompts on here for installing the file. Usually what it does is it will install a configuration file onto your device, and then you have to install it. Once you install the font and you can see it in your list of fonts within Noteful or GoodNotes, whatever it is that you're using, then you will be able to use it and the tabs will work correctly. So if you're just seeing a letter, that means that the font has not been installed yet. And I found that some people have to actually restart their device once they install it in order for it to register on the device, and then it'll work just fine. Okay, so that's the tab portion of it. I've also included some other overlays in the file. So for the folks who like to go ahead and customize the look of the backgrounds and then they don't want to end up losing their place as to where they're at, I did include like the grids for the calendar in here. And it's already sized. You just kind of lay it over. And the reason I did that is because if you put that on another layer and then say you, instead of having a white background, you want to have a pattern in the back, you want to have a different color, you can do that without hiding this portion of it, okay? And you can still have your links and know where they're at. Okay. So with this, you will also get a folder. Let me just go to this main folder. And like I said, you will have the mini calendars. Sunday start and Monday start for 2026, and those are going to be really good for doing your yearly overview and for your monthly overviews so that you can quickly date that and know where you're at in this planner. You will get the planning templates. So those will be all the templates that are built into the planner, like your monthly overview, your finance, your goals page, all of those things. You will get the... Let me back out of there real quick. That's the main planner overlays. You will get them all here. So again, if you're covering the background, if you're changing it out, if you're using the planner books, that way if you need to pull that, you will have that as well. And then you can just line it up with what's already there, and it's easy to use that way. And then you will get all of the planning templates that are in here as well. Let me just go to a blank page here. And then you can use these. Instead of copying the page from the built-in templates, you can use the overlays. Sometimes, I mean, I prefer that. I think it's easier to work around it, to just use it as an overlay, especially in Noteful because you have the layers. So that's why I included all of those as well as overlays. And everything is in black and in white as well because we like to use different backgrounds. And then that way, if it's going to fit better with a white background, you can use that instead. In here, you will also find the paper templates. Let's see, paper templates, your planning templates, and your main planner ones, and your mini calendars. So those are all of the the things that will come with this planner. And I've included all the additional pieces for people who are not using Noteful. Say you're using GoodNotes, say you're using Penly, whatever other application, PDF annotating application you're using, you're still able to use this planner. You obviously cannot use the Noteful sticker file, but all the PNG files are in there and you can just drag and drop them into the planner. Okay. So with that, you also get the PNGs for the different planner parts. You get the folder for the color changing aspect of this, the font and the overlays in case you want to use this in another PDF annotating app. You would be able to do that, and your templates. Okay, so that is it. That is the Unfazed Ring Edit Undated. Very similar to the previous one, just with the obvious differences to it. It's very fun. I'm going to go ahead and show you how I would put together a page. Let me go back to first. All right, we'll just do this one. So like I said, I like to work in layers. And I've already put my tabs down. I put my paper down. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and turn the paper off so that I can see where these little links are, because I did include those as well. And then I can go ahead and line those up. And I'm going to move that to the templates. Okay. I want to go ahead and change the planner book. So I am going to go to my book layer. And let me just pick a color. And then you can just position it the way that you want. There's that. Okay, and then I can go ahead and turn on my paper layer. Okay, then I'll go up to my rings and I'm gonna drop, oh, let's do these rose gold ones. I'm gonna drop those on there. Okay, and you know what, let's change the background. So I'm gonna tap on my background layer and I have one here. I want to use, I'm just going to drag that out and that'll go back there. Nice. All right, and say you don't like, I kind of don't like, I don't know if I like that paper on there. Let me delete that. Let's just put a plain one in there. Okay, we'll go with that. Okay, so that's it. That's how I would go about changing that up. And then say I just wanted to use one of the templates. And I didn't put these templates into that sticker book because, man, I hope one day Noteful gives us the ability to label in there so that we know what's in there. I didn't want to put them in there because you can't really see what the template looks like and what you're pulling. So that's why I just left it in the folder here. But say now I just want to use which one do I want to use? No, let me just grab this daily. So say I'm just going to do a daily. I can pop that on there, and then I would make sure that that's on my templates layer so that everything is where I want it to be. And then you just go about, you know, decorating and doing those things that we like to do. So let me just grab this plant. I'm on my sticker layer, and now I can just start Oh, I love this little owl. Whoop. Put some stickers down. Like so. And then just put your details in and you'll be done. And then say you want to go and then journal. You can tap on that upper right-hand corner. It'll take you to your journaling page. You can do what you're going to do on here for the day. So let's say I want to do my check-in style. Just going to make this bigger. Line it up, and then fill in my details. I'm done with that, and I go back to my daily. I'm done with that daily, and I can jump back into my monthly overview and then go to my weeklies, do my quick links, and all of that. So I hope you enjoy this. It's very similar, but it's a little different, and it gives you a little bit more customization with this one. And I love that. I have a lot of fun doing that, so I hope you guys have fun with it as well. If you have any questions, please let me know, and I will get back to you. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is going to wrap up my planner journey for this year. I learned a lot. I enjoyed it. And if you have any suggestions, any feedback is always appreciated. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.